What's up, people? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Liz Weber. Thank you for joining me. Today we're talking all things Sephora savings event. There are so many incredible deals. As you guys know, Sephora does these big sales a few times a year, and this one starts April 14th for the Rouge members and then 18th, I believe, for any VIB or just insider members. This is a great time to obviously stock up on all your favorites, but also to discover some new ones. So hopefully today I'm going to go through my favorites and maybe you'll discover something new. As you can tell, I've not done my makeup yet, so I'm basically gonna do a get ready with me while I talk through my favorite products, so that way you guys can actually see the application of these products and see if it's something that you would be interested in purchasing. Now, please keep in mind, this is a makeup video. Ignore the hair. I didn't have time to do the hair today, so we're just really gonna focus on the makeup today. I'm gonna go in the order of how I apply my makeup since I will be getting ready. So the first thing we're gonna start off with is primer. But let's go ahead and pin these hairs back because there's no way they will stay back if I do not pin them. Like I said, not a hair video. Starting with primer, we're going to be going in with the Too Faced. This is the Hangover primer. This is something that I've used in the past and I recently repurchased and repicked up because I don't always use primer. If I have just done my skincare routine, then I just go straight in with makeup. But if I had done my skincare routine in the morning and maybe I'm doing my makeup later in the day, like today, I do like to use a primer because I feel like it makes it just feel a lot more nourished and well hydrated, and the makeup goes on a lot better. I will typically go in with one pump of this primer. It also smells amazing and I love using this in the summer. Sometimes I will just do this and then a tinted moisturizer and then be out the door. They also do have a bigger version. I just got the smaller one because I've been traveling a lot, so I wanted to be able to take it with me. Now, I know I just said that I don't really use primers a lot, but if I am trying to do more of a pore filling and smoothing look, I have been using the Glowish Blur Jam. So if you do have deep pores and you're looking for a good primer to kind of smooth them out, I highly recommend this. So I will just take a little bit in my hands and just focus it where my pores are deepest, which is right here closest to my nose on my cheeks, and then around my nose, and then a little bit on my chin. I do feel like this does a pretty good job smoothing out your pores and prepping the skin for foundation. It does leave it a little bit tacky, but not incredibly tacky. We are going to go ahead and dive into foundations, but sometimes I do use the underpainting method, which I know has gone so viral, where you do your bronzer or contour underneath liquid bronzer, then you would do liquid blush and concealer and then put your foundation on, and I do that sometimes, but today we're going to just do the more of the traditional method of doing foundation first and then all that second. The Nars Light Reflecting Foundation is the one that I would recommend picking up from the sale if you haven't tried it yet. I'm a big fan, and I have talked to people who have different skin types than me that also really like it. I personally am more of a dry to normal, but even my friends who are a little bit more on the oily side seem to really like this as well. It seems to work well for all skin types. I do have a gripe with this foundation, and it is the packaging. It can get so messy, but I love it so much that I've even repurchased it, even though the packaging is just not the best. Now, for this foundation, I'm in the shade Barcelona, and I'll show you guys. It does have a pump, which is nice. But you see how messy it gets? I actually did travel with this and it did kind of get everywhere. Honestly, maybe it's a me problem. Maybe I need to tighten the cap or tighten this nozzle or something, but it is kind of messy. However, again, still so worth it. So how I apply my foundation is I put a couple pumps on the back of my hand, just like that. And here you can see the texture. It's a little bit runny, but nothing too crazy liquidy. And I just take my finger and I kind of dot it around the face evenly. I really should probably remove my earrings to do this. Normally I don't have them on for foundation application. Now today I'm going to go in with another product that I highly recommend, and that is the Original Beauty Blender. I have tried so many other ones, the ones from Amazon, the ones from Target, it's just different brands, and I always come back to this one, and especially whenever there's a sale going on. Yes, it's $20, but if you can get even 10%, 15, 20% off, it's gonna last you a long time as well, and it's just my favorite. I feel like it does the best job blending, and nothing seems to beat it in my opinion. Now, sometimes I will use a brush, but today we're gonna go ahead and do the Beauty Blender. I also had a baby a year ago, so if you're a mom, you know that all these little postpartum hairs, they're just uncontrollable. One of the reasons I love this foundation is because the finish is so nice and it's super lightweight on your skin as well. People keep raving about the Makeup by Mario foundation, and I'm so sorry, but I cannot get into it. I was so excited about it because everybody was raving about it, but I'm just not a fan. It's very heavy on my skin and it never really sits well either. This goes on super smoothly. It really helps to cover any imperfections and discoloring you guys saw before I had this on. I did have some redness. Just doesn't feel like anything on my skin either, which is really nice, especially for the summer months. I also like that a little bit goes a long way. You guys saw the amount I had on my hand was not a lot. It was 3 pumps, but the pump for this foundation doesn't necessarily provide a lot in one pump. It's pretty small. So it was not a lot of foundation, but it does spread a long way. Next up for concealer, I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury. This is a beautiful skin radiant concealer. I'm a big fan of this because it does not settle into my fine lines underneath my eyes. It feels super lightweight. I have no issues with it creasing, which I definitely appreciate. I typically would just apply my concealer right here and then right there to like lift a little bit. Today we're doing a pretty like natural look, but if I am trying to do more of a formal look, I will even use this like underneath my contour and just like highlight more spots in my face, if that makes sense. It does a really good job highlighting. Going in with the same beauty blender, we're just going to blend that out underneath the eyes. I also always dampen my beauty blender. I know that's kind of like a common, well-known thing, but that's something that I definitely like to do every single time I use a beauty blender. All right, skin tone is looking pretty even, so I love that combo. Those two products, the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation and the Charlotte Tilbury Concealer, always seem to go so well together. So if you're looking for a good nude combo, I highly recommend those. Next up for powder is a tried and true product that I have actually recently dove back into. I used to love this and then just tried a bunch of different powders, and now I'm back to it. It is the Huda Beauty. This is the shade Banana Bread. It's the Easy Bake Powder. The shade for me works really well. So if you have a similar skin tone to my skin tone, I think the Banana Bread shade would work really, really well. It's not super messy. It has like a nice mesh little like padding right there. And that's what the powder looks like. So I like to go in with these little puffs, which the Sephora collection might actually have some, which as I told you guys, is 30% off. So I'll link them down below if they do. I know they tend to have like a lot of beauty tools, but I got these ones from Amazon. So I just kind of dab it in there, the powder, and then I even like kind of dab the excess off of my hand so it's not too much powder. And then I set my under eyes. And it just does a really good job smoothing out the pores and then also making sure that your concealer stays and it doesn't crease, even though, like I said, the Charlotte Tilbury concealer doesn't seem to have any issues with creasing, but this just really helps it to last all day long. And if I am going more for a glam look, I would bake underneath contour with this as well. That's really, really good powder for that. I mean, it's called Easy Bake, so the name is very, very fitting, and I really do like it for that as well. Ow, my freaking foot. Moving on to a little bit of bronzer. I'm not necessarily going to contour today. I'm just going to be using this bronzer stick. This is from Rare Beauty, and I think it is such a beautiful product. It blends incredibly well. This is in the shade Always Sunny, which again matches my skin tone really well. So if you're similar, that's the shade I would get. Now, if it's not sold out, I would highly recommend getting this because it is just so beautiful. It blends so well. Honestly, I've had a hard time with some bronzing sticks like this or even contour sticks that go on, but then it takes forever to like blend it out and then it just looks like a line. This does not do that. I will literally show you guys how easy this blends out. Basically, I just put it kind of like where I'd put bronzer. I know it looks so scary, but I promise you, like watch this as it like melts away. I like to blend this bronzer out first with a flat top brush. This one's from Amazon, but I will go in afterwards with a beauty blender. Now, I did not say this disclaimer at the beginning, but I do feel like I need to say, clearly I am not a makeup professional by any means. I have been a makeup lover for years. Back when I was getting married, I was looking into getting my makeup done, obviously, by like a makeup artist for my wedding day, and it was so expensive. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna spend the next year like really learning how to do makeup, and I'm gonna do my own wedding makeup. And I did. That's where my love for makeup really started. And since then, I do a lot of my like, friends and family wedding makeup as well, but I'm definitely clearly, again, not a professional. Just an everyday girl who loves getting ready every day and loves makeup. Now, just to make sure everything is blended nicely, I will go in with my beauty sponge on top of it. But you can see the color is so nice for summer, and I'm so excited to just like wear this even underneath foundation. Like I told you guys, like the underpainting, that product's really good for that too. Now, if you are looking for a powder bronzer, this one is a little bit of a splurge, but if you're gonna buy it, might as well buy it during the sale. It is the Gucci bronzer. Also, the packaging is so beautiful, and this is what the actual bronzer look like. As you can tell, I've hit pan. I'm the type of person who truly likes to like try different products, so for me to actually hit pan on something is a big deal. That means I really, really liked it. My blush recommendation is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush, which I feel like comes to no surprise. Everybody loves this blush. It's literally always sold out, which is why I actually just got to try this like a month ago. Now I'm completely hooked, and I swear this is gonna last me until I have like grandchildren. The amount of blush that you need for this is like the tiniest dot, and it spreads across your entire face. I got the shade Joy, but I've wanted to try the other shades too, but again, they're always sold out, so hopefully it's not. Hopefully they do a restock for the Sephora sale. You would think they would just because it's so popular, but I'll show you guys how I apply it. Literally, that was probably even too much. I probably went overboard on that. Where's my brush? I like to blend it out with a brush, but you could also do a sponge as well. See how much color that has? Oh my gosh. Blush, no blush. This is what the shade looks like. Now again, I like to give you guys options. So if you're looking for a powder blush, I really like the Dior Rosy Glow Backstage blush. It's so good. Honestly, it is another one that tends to sell out a lot. This is the color. It is so beautiful. It looks different on a lot of different skin tones as well. I feel like it balances well with whatever your skin tone is. Literally looks identical to my shirt. I'll top off the blush I have right now just so you can see. Now this next product I feel like I don't hear people talk about a lot, but it is so good, especially if you have drier skin. This is the Summer Fridays Heavenly 16 all-in-one face oil. You can literally use this as skincare, you can use it as a primer, or you can use it on top of your makeup and it will not move your makeup. It just gives it like a nice glow, like a nice healthy glow. Literally the smallest amount goes such a long way. The packaging is beautiful. It's like this matte glass packaging, and because a little bit goes a long way, I've had this for a while. Actually, it says 12 months. I think I've had it for like 10 months. So we're almost to the expiration date, so I need to use it up. And I put some on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna show you guys just what it looks like. It's almost like instead of doing like a powder highlight, you could use this and it would really just bring life back to your skin and just look so hydrated and moisturized. You can literally see the immediate glow that it gives. It's a beautiful product, and I love using it as skincare too. Guys, I'm so sad. The product that I want to share with you guys that is my absolute favorite would 1000% be my recommendation for the Sephora sale as far as eyeshadow palette goes is the Makeup by Mario one. This is the Ethereal Eyes. This palette, it has my heart. I'm so glad I picked it up. I hope you picked it up as well. But I use this a lot whenever I do wedding makeup for like my friends and family, but it is absolutely stunning. I love the topper shades. I love the mattes. It just performs so well in the eye every single time, and I love the colors. It's beautiful. It's a really good everyday palette and then also a glam palette. However, all that to be said, I don't think this is coming back in stock. I really hope he does bring it back, but I think it was limited edition, unfortunately. So I'm gonna try and find a palette that I do like that is not out of stock. I ran downstairs to find other palettes because again, I use this one every single day, but I still do have other palettes that I like. So we're gonna run through those really quick. If you're looking for a good eyeshadow palette that isn't like crazy expensive, but also like super good quality, this is the Latte 2 by Dominique Cosmetics. It has the most beautiful colors, and I feel like when you first look at it, these two kind of look like, whoa, that's a lot, but the rest of it is all very neutral. I feel like it's still so wearable even with these two, and this one actually comes off a little bit lighter on the actual eye. These are the most beautiful shimmer shades. For a more springy palette, this is the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz. I don't know if they're still selling this. Again, I really hope they are. The packaging is stunning. This is definitely a springy summer color scheme. You gotta like purples and pinks to use this one. I think we're gonna actually use this one today. I think we are gonna go ahead and just use the Rose Quartz by Huda Beauty. It matches my shirt. We're just going all in with the whole like pink theme. I think I'm gonna use this super light shade right here. It is such a pretty pink. It's like the perfect light pink. I feel like it really like brightens your eye because it's such a light pink. Then to deepen the pink, we're gonna go in with this shade right here. I feel like it definitely deepens the pink a little. And keeping that deeper pink on the outer corner and bringing it a little bit into the crease. I swear this isn't a Rare Beauty like fan page, but I mean, I guess it could be if you wanted it to be because I love so many of their products. This is the Rare Beauty highlighter. This is in the shade Exhilarate, and usually I do use this on my cheeks, but because we did that oil, I don't want like too much glow, so I'm actually gonna use this on the lid. That's a way I use this so much on the lid and then also in the inner corner. People always ask me like, what is that in your inner corner? It's always this. You can see I even hit paint on this. Flat top brush, and then I'm going to just like pack it on there. It is so good. And I'm just gonna kind of like bring it into the inner corner since we're already here. Usually I'd use a smaller brush, but since we're already here, we're just gonna use that. Okay, so this is with it and then this is without. I really just feel like it kind of elevates the look a little bit and opens up my eyes. If you want, you can also take this highlighter down your nose, like on your cheekbone, on your lip, anywhere you want. We're gonna bring it all together with some mascara and then lip liner, which guys, I just realized they're both Rare Beauty. Literally, these products are both Rare Beauty. So this is the Rare Beauty mascara. I know we all know and love this mascara. It is so good. This is what the brush looks like. I just love this because I feel like it gives volume but also length, and it doesn't clump them up too much, but it really does make it look luminous. As one coat of the Rare Beauty mascara on the top lash. And I do use this on the lower lash as well. All right, we are on the last step, which I told you guys, it's another Rare Beauty product, and I just restocked on this. This is the Kind Words lip liner in the shade Talented. I cannot get enough of the shade. It is so good. I like it because it's similar to my lip color, so it's easy to overline and it just goes on so smooth. This literally looks like my lip color. So I do overline at the bottom, and then I do kind of like take it up a little bit into the center of the lip. I also like this shade because I feel like you can put a lot of different lipstick shades on top of it and it still looks pretty natural. Let me go grab my lipstick. And for my lipstick recommendation, we're going to go in with the Nars. This is the Dolce Vita Air Matte color. And in the center, I'm gonna add a little bit of the KKW by Charlotte Tilbury. All right guys, that is the finished look with my top recommendations for the Sephora savings event. I hope you found this super helpful and maybe found a new product that you wanna try. Let me know what you guys are picking up for the sale down below. And let me know if you guys wanna see a wish list video from me of like things that I also have an eye on and wanna pick up. But Be sure to follow along over on TikTok and Instagram as well. It's where I post most of my daily content. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. We post all things Amazon finds, mom things, daily vlogs, fashion, makeup, all the things. So I hope to see you guys on the next one, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye!